Bro, I don't even know what's wrong with me. Like, in a good way.
Your appetite went back down because you're not smoking.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you figured me out.
No, because it's one of the things I had when I first.
I gotta think of all the weight I put on.
Almost a little bit because it's something I'm very conscious of. With the first thing I had to do when I changed how I ate and consumed, it was I cannot let my mind dictate when I'm hungry, when I'm smoking. I have to, that's why I do the thing now. If I'm hungry, I'll drink a whole cup of water and wait 20 minutes. And if I'm still hungry, I'll drink another cup of water. And if in 10 minutes I'm still hungry, I'm actually hungry. Because sometimes it's the weed just giving you munchies and take away your inhibitions. And other times, did you know when your body's thirsty, it gives the same signal as when you're hungry. So sometimes you're thirsty and you're overcompensating thinking you're hungry. You go eat more and you're like, man, I'm still fucking hungry.
Because you're actually thirsty.
Your body's screaming for water and you gave it food. So it's still screaming for water. So you'll go eat more. And you're like, I've eaten everything in the house in the last 2 hours. How am I still hungry? Your body's screaming for water, nigga. Go drink. When I learned that, bro, when my nutritionist told me that, it changed my whole life. I'm like, so there's times I'm just fucking dehydrated and I think I'm hungry. She's like, yes, if you're full, if you know you ate an assload of food and your ass is still hungry, drink some fucking water. I bet you changes. I was like, oh, damn. I did not know that.
Water's boring.
I blame our bodies. I blame our bodies for not having different signals from when you want food and water. How do we evolve this far and the same signal for food and water is the same for thousands of years?
I think the piece that's missing is, if it was basic ass food, we would drink the water. But the food we also have is delicious, so you're also craving that particular food because it's delicious.
Possibly.
But if you had like basic ass food, you would drink the water.
Yo, if I was eating UK food, bro, I choose water.
You know the United Kingdom?
Yup.
I just really meant like any evolved processed food. Cause they put stuff into the food to build to
no, but also,
almost trick. All right, they know what our receptors are, and they make processed food, right?
Yo, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
So it's piggybacking on the receptors that you're explaining. It's piggybacking on it. They understand. It's all science in the food making.
I'm glad you said that.
That's why I said basic as food, you wouldn't have these problems.
I'm glad you said that because it builds on another thing that I read, that food regulation restriction and outside of the US is way stronger. And that's why when you go to different countries, people are like, man, some of these countries, their food's not as good as ours. It's because literally our foods are engineered to taste better, be more fatty, and to trigger those hormones in your body, right? Versus other countries, it's way closer to, I call it clean eating, clean food, where it's like, yo, it went from the animal to the slaughterhouse, one more hand, and then in your store. Versus here, it might have went through like 10 hands.
Every third world country is like that. Every third world country, and then Europe. A lot of places in Europe.
Yeah, bro.
I think a lot of places in Asia too, but I don't know as much of Asia as I know about Europe.
From my understanding, yes. Everywhere else, they're like, no.
I think it's actually almost like just us, right?
No, honestly, yeah, it's just us. Because we'll buy meats that says, oh, it was processed in a plant, and you just think, oh, it was just cut up in a plant like everything else. No, that meat was legitimately processed. Like some of the meats are like in the butcher paper, and it's like, no, that was like in a processed facility, bro. Pumped with shit, man. Made it look thicker, fuller, juicier.
Oh, I know. They even put the dyes in there.
Yeah, make it redder. I remember when I learned that. They like spray oxygen on the meat before they put it out. Or like they like put oxygen to make sure it's like the hemoglobin, it turns that redder color. I was like, really? Just to resell it?
That's why if you put pressure on it and it's in the refrigerator and there's pressure on it, that the spots of the steak that had pressure is brown. Because of what you're explaining.
Yeah,
but the
man.
brown doesn't mean it's spoiled by itself.
It just means that part has less of whatever they pumped in to make it look delicious, bro. It fucked me up when I learned that. Because I thought, there was a period where I thought I was eating clean. And I was like, oh, I'm not eating as much processed foods, but it's not clean eating because that meat was still processed. That meat still had things pumped into it to make it X, Y, Z. That's why like, yo, eat organic. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta eat organic. So you gotta find a happy medium.
Damn, I gotta go back to organic.
Nah, I can't go back to organic. It's too expensive. I am not at that level yet. I'm at a level where
it's too expensive, that's why I don't eat it.
I don't have to eat as processed like cans and bagged food and stuff like that. I can go to the shelf and get the best meat. But organic, hell nah. $5 extra? Nah, bro. It don't taste like $5 extra. It don't taste like $5 extra. I'm not gonna do it.
It'll feel like $5 extra.
Maybe, honestly, maybe.
When I was in the best shape of my life, I was on organic. That's why the whole conversation made sense. I was on organic foods.
Yeah, when I'm doing my best, I'm eating the least.
And
I'm eating
I
the
threw
most
it away.
clean food.
Because I wouldn't. It sounds bad. I was eating organic food, and when I was full, I just was full. And I wouldn't finish the meal.
Yeah, I started throwing food away, bro.
Because I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, people can't. Yo, I throw away like a whole quarter meal. The old me always saved it for later, put it in the fridge. Yo, the new me's like, nah, I'm throwing this away.
No, this was the old me. The old me was literally like, I would take the organic food to work, whatever, and I'd be full. I wouldn't finish my meal. Like, oh, okay, that's it. You know, I don't.
That's it, bro.
Now I was in better shape.
It's honestly not a bad thing. I grew up in a.
I just don't want to encourage throwing away food. That is a bad thing. I'm also trying to say that the food wasn't making me overeat.
That's fair. Because I realized what you're saying. I was about to be like, you have to understand. The way I grew up was, yo, throwing away food is a cardinal sin.
Yes.
You eat everything on your plate, no matter how full you think you are. But it's also kind of a toxic thing where it's like, your body's literally telling you, stop. Please stop, but finish that fucking plate. So you just overgorge, and it's really unhealthy. Binge eating. It's forced binge eating, bro.
Yeah, I was taught the same way. I'm gonna isolate that video on the YaBoyRocklee breakdown show. Anyways,
YaBoyRocklee lift.
Yeah, yo, we were showing about Spy Family, which that's why you see Spy Family in the background. So that conversation is what it is. This is what we like talking. So, anyways, I hope you like this video. Okay, subscribe to this channel, and I guess comment. Let us know what interesting topics you want to hear about. I might drop it on another video. So until next time, YaBoyRocklee.
Direct the nasty.
Out. Now I'm gonna put it on there. It's good content. But
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please go ahead and do so. The link is in the description of this video, and I actually tweet back. Much love, YaBoyRocklee.